All right, so we are going to write and solve and graph the solution to a two-step inequality word problem here. Remember that just because you're being told right now exactly what you need to be doing, that doesn't mean that's always going to happen. This is yet another piece of the toolkit to help you be able to solve problems as you see them, regardless of whether or not you're told ahead of time what exactly you need to do to solve them. So the more you add to that toolkit, the better prepared you're going to be. So we're looking, as always with our word problems, we look for our important information. So I know that this gas station charges $1.45 per, that keyword per gallon of gas. When we see that word per, we tend to know that it's going to have something to do with multiplication, division, and very typically when we're solving algebraic problems, that's going to have something to do with our rate of change, our coefficient. So let's pay attention to that. $1.45 per gallon of gas. We're also going to buy $10 worth of snacks. So that is a constant. That's not going to change. Whereas the $1.45 per gallon, the more gallons of gas I buy, the more I'm paying. I'm paying $10 on those snacks, period. What are the possible amounts? That's what I'm looking for. How many gallons of gas that I'm going to buy. So possible gallons of gas. If I'm planning to spend no more than $30. So there's that keyword there, no more. That's what can make inequalities a little bit more difficult than equations. I am not going over $30. That is my ceiling. That is the target amount that I'm trying to reach. I do not want to go over that. So that tells me that I cannot be greater than 30. I must be less than, although no more indicates that 30 is okay. So this is a less than or equal to 30. So if I'm going back through my information and writing down the information given, I know that I have $1.45 per gallon. That's going to be my coefficient. Is multiplying by my numbers of gallons of gas that I buy. I know that the $10 is my constant. I'm adding that on to the end because it's just the additional money. And I know that $30 is my target. I can't go over. No more. So I know that that's going to tell me I am less than or equal to 30 in the end. And my variable here, we usually do that first, forgot to do that this time. So my variable here, my unknown is the number of gallons of gas. That's what I'm looking for. So let's get our inequality set up. So just like an equation where we get that total, get that target number on its own next to the equal symbol, here we have less than or equal to 30. We know that's our target. That's what we're hitting. We're not going any more over that. So then we have to think about our other important info. $1.45 per gallon of gas. So I'm paying $1.45, but I do not know how many gallons of gas I'm getting. That's where my X comes in. Then I'm adding on that additional $10 of snacks. So then based on this inequality, I can solve it and find out how many gallons of gas that I can get. What's my range of gallons? Because we don't always need to fill the tank. We don't always need to get the maximum amount. We can get different amounts depending on what kind of money we have here. So properties of equality, attacking addition and subtraction first. I see an addition, subtracting that 10 from both sides of my inequality. So now I have $1.45 times X, 145X, is less than or equal to 20. And then my last step here is going to be to divide by $1.45 on both sides of my inequality to determine what my value of X is going to be. And so when I do 20 divided by 1.45, I do get a decimal. That's okay, because if you've ever gone to the gas station to get gas, you do not need to get full gallons of gas. It can always be something based on the amount of money that you're paying, or it can be just a decimal if you're filling up the rest of the tank. You're almost never getting an exact on the nose gallon amount. So I get about 13.79 when I round to the nearest hundredth. So I can get less than 13.79 gallons of gas and still end up spending no more than $30. So number of gallons of gas needs to be less than 13.79, and then we're going to graph this, create a number line. So again, pretty easy to create a basic number line. A lot of times you might see that you have to round between, like you might have to go between two numbers, but if you are given your own, create your own situation, I tend to say just put down your number, the target number, which is 13.79. We're going less than or equal to, so this is a closed circle, a filled circle. Less than goes to the left. And then we have graphed, written it, an inequality, solved it, graphed it, bam, all from that word problem.